Hello, everybody. Hello, gang, near and far. Welcome to today's daily antidote of song. We're so glad you joined us today for day 2,101 days of singing. I see we've got several folks flashing cue cards in the room to remind me of the date. We're so glad you joined us to sing today on the very first day of our New Year, New Friends month. And we're going to be singing with as many new friends as we can this month. And this week, in fact, we are singing with all new friends, and we're looking forward to introducing our first one to you today. I'm Jo Rossi. I'm the director of the Daily Antidote of Song. Excited to be in the room today with Anna Alter, the program manager of the Daily Antidote, and Athena in Brooklyn running some tech for us today. A big hello to everybody out there on the live stream. Thanks, gang, for being here from Facebook and from YouTube. Let's all take a deep breath together. Thank you, everybody. It is 2026. It is a lot of chaos and stuff going on in the world, and I feel as though today is going to be a great day, both thoughtful and soothing and exciting, as we are talking with our artist for the day. Can everybody please wave to Dappled Gray, coming in from Michigan, and this is their first time in the room, and it's not my first time meeting them. I actually met them at Pine Woods this past summer and got a chance to see them dancing and singing. Pretty freaking phenomenal, may I say. So I hope that you can follow all their Instagrams and other things and keep up with them. And today they are bringing us a very exciting new project, and it is I'm gonna let them tell it in their own words, but essentially really kind of considering traditional folk music through a lot of gender-related topics. And so, Dappled Gray, welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Thanks, Jo. And so great to be here to sing with you. Let's start. There's a chorus in this traditional song that I would love to teach you all. And in fact, there's a couple different choruses that you can sing. The song is called The Bailiff's Boy. Some people know it as The Bailiff's Boy of Islington. Traditional English song. But the chorus just goes loo lie, loo, and a loo lie lay. So the melody is loo lie, loo, and a loo lay. Let's try it again. Loo lie, loo, and a loo lay. Loo lie, and a loo lie. Loo lie, and a loo lie. And then at the end you'll sing sometimes as he rode away or as they rode away, depending on what's happening in the song. So you can follow along. The Bailiff's Boy. Do you all feel like you might have that? Excellent. So great to be here with you. This is The Bailiff's Boy of Islington. He was a squire's son. He fell in love with the bailiff's boy. He lived in his Islington, but he was coy and never would on him his heart bestow. So they sent him down to London town, because he loved him so. And he'd sing Lulai, Lulai, Lulan, a Lulai, 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 as he rode away. When 7 long years had passed away, he put on lean attire, and he went straight down to London town, about him to inquire. Well, as he passed along the road, through peril, toil, and pain, he rested on a distant place. His true love, he came riding, and he sang Lulai, Lulai, and a Lulai. Lulai, Lulai, as he rode away. The kind young sir, tell unto me, where did you learn that tune? From a boy that I love dear, when I was a youth. That was oh so long ago. To think I loved in vain. He died so many years ago. I never saw him again. And he'd sing Lulai, 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 a Lulai, 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 as he rode away. Well, he is not dead, but alive, dear man, and standing by your side. He is not dead, but alive, dear man, and great be thy bride. And they sang, Lulai, 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 as they rode away. Lulai, lulai, and lulai, as they rode away. Keep going. Lulai, 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 Well done, everyone.
Wow, right back at you. That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just melodically so soothing and so lovely. And of course, story-wise, such an interesting journey. And so I would really love it if you would tell us everything that you can about the song and also about Dappled Gray, because I feel like it's a new project in the world, but speaking very much to old themes and in some ways making a big circle out of everything. So yeah, can you chat about it a bit?
Yeah, Dappled Gray comes from traditional song lyrics. You might be familiar with some of these songs. She saddled up her milk-white steed and he on a dappled gray. It happens in a lot of different songs. You can find it, in songs from the Appalachian region. It happens in songs from the other side of the Atlantic as well, from England and from Ireland. And that recurring line has in it a sort of heterosexual binary where he did this, she did this. And it's also a binary gendered statement about who rides what horse. And so I was thinking all that about all that as a queer person, as a non-binary person, and thinking about trying to create a sort of imaginary archive backwards in time, thinking about the presence of queer, trans, and non-binary people in these traditional songs, where we have always been, but where our perspectives and our stories have sometimes been erased for various reasons. Sometimes political reasons, sometimes people were afraid, sometimes people had to be in hiding. And I think for me, I'm really interested in trying to create that imaginary archive of traditional song where queer people are present, even if I have to fabulate and change some of the lyrics of the songs. Because I think right now, especially in this moment when words like tradition and heritage are being used to really violent ends, it's really important to think about tradition and heritage as an opening, expansive, ever-inclusive, and ever-radically protective entity, forms that can like keep us reminded of our own path backwards in time and forwards too. I think about that a lot with these traditional songs. So I learned that traditional song when I was 16. A lot of the songs that Dappled Gray, that are part of what I'm calling Dappled Gray, this new project, are songs that I learned as a teenager when I was still sort of trying to figure out my own identity as a queer person and a non-binary person. And in that song, I should say that I learned it from an incredible artist called Laura Cortese, and she's the one that found and crafted that version. And I think it's really fitting because, as we know, queerness really rests on feminism, upon the work of especially Black feminist writers and thinkers, and that's how a lot of queer thought and practice emerges. So I think it's fitting to do that song and pay homage to Laura, who I learned it from. Laura and I were actually in a dance company years ago in Maryland called Footworks, and we did a show with Tim O'Brien and The Crossing, and years and years and years ago, and I heard Laura sing that song, and I always loved it, but it took me a long, long time, and this is one of the things I wanted to share today. It took a lot of work to be able to sing the lyrics that I actually want to sing, the pronouns that I would want to sing as a desiring person in that song. That took some labor because when I was growing up, I was taught not to sing those lyrics, and I think we were all sort of taught to sing lyrics that are either binary gender or compulsorily heterosexual. And so I have to smile to myself every time I sing a he or a they pronoun in one of these songs, or a song about two women or non-binary folks. It makes me smile because it is a switch and an effort that I'm working on. And that just makes me appreciate all the effort that we all do to try and acknowledge people's pronouns, acknowledge the desires that people have, acknowledge the shifting bodies no matter where people are in whatever gender spectrum. So I laugh to myself because in practicing these songs and learning them as a teenager, it took quite a few years. I mean, I'm almost 40 now, so it took that amount of time before launching this project. That is the undoing, the unwinding of heterosexuality, compulsory heterosexuality that isn't binary gender, that just didn't fit my body. It's good for some people, but not for my body. So yeah, that's the story.
That is really beautiful. Thank you, Dappled Gray. Can we all please give it up for the project, for the music, for the discussion that is bringing us so much to think about today. I do want to read, if you don't mind, when you wrote an email to me describing the project, I thought this was so completely beautifully worded, that you are reinstating the presence of queer, trans, and non-binary people in our folklore, our historical imaginations, and our imaginary archives, which, you might argue, is all we have right now, or maybe all we've ever had. I just thought that was so powerful, like to actually give thought to those words and think through my own ways of having framed the world that I'm trying to unframe right now. I thought that was really powerful. Is it okay with you if I throw that in the chat for people to take with them?
Thanks,
Great.
Joe.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought that was beautiful. Do you want to say a quick anything about your dance? We have dancers in the room.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, so you might know me maybe more as a dancer. I spend most of my time teaching and performing percussive dance from the Appalachian region, from Ireland, from the eastern parts of what some folks call Canada. I'm based here in, again, what some people call Michigan, in Lansing, Michigan. And I see some Michigan people here in the room, and I teach here and perform. And I'm really thinking about, again, about the ways that percussive dance in itself is a kind of queer practice, because it exists sort of at the synesthetic intersection of like dance you can sort of hear and music that you can see. It's also about touch, about the tactile contact on the floor. So yeah, right in this very room is usually where I teach dance classes online, or sometimes in person too. Maybe I've met some of you all at camps, or at Pine Woods or Valley of the Moon or Earful Field Camp, the camp I used to run. So yeah, that's maybe how we might encounter each other at some point down the road.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Absolutely lovely. And yeah, I have in fact seen your dancing and have just been blown away and enthused and raised up, lifted up in so many ways through the way that you put yourself into your artistry. And I was thinking, as you were talking about the fact that you had to smile sometimes as you were using the different pronouns or making these changes in the song, because I sort of felt like every time you smiled during your song, I like almost laughed, like because it was just so beautiful. There's so much enthusiasm that you're communicating, and I'm super grateful. Everybody, can we please thank Dappled Gray again for the presence and for the presence of all of that is being brought to us today.
Wow.
And I think you have another song for us. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. This is a song that really sounds like a traditional song, but my biggest musical crush of the year really happened when I went. I was in Ireland last spring, and I saw a sort of secret pop-up performance by this artist called Joshua Burnside, and he's a person who is an experimental singer-songwriter, but he's really steeped in a lot of traditional music too. And with our current moment and the events of just the last long while, I thought this would be an interesting song for us to sing. The chorus goes, there's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. So technically two kings, maybe. But I thought in this moment after this weekend, I just want to sing this with you all to think about the ways of remembering that sentiment. It comes from Joshua Burnside. He wrote it originally as there's only one queen that he would kneel for. He's from Belfast, so that's a statement about his particular identity. But you can sing the chorus after every verse. So the chorus goes, there's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. Give it a try. There's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. Let's try that again. There's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. I must away now and make my way home, though the path is winding and the stars are hidden low over the drumlins from Belfast to Cumber, with the lights of the city behind me I wander. Here's your part. There's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. Over streams and hedgerows, the gorse and plowed land, with the rain gently falling, it's no trouble to me, friend, for I'm of the river, I'm of the sea, and the water falling, it is flowing through me. There's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. Oh, they cut up the old land to keep us under the cold hand, and to keep the oil flowing right up to our waistbands. There's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. Sing it again. There's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. One more time. There's only one king that I would kneel for, the gray-barked maple, the noble sycamore. Thanks so much, everybody. Lovely to be here with you.
Thank you so much, Dappled Gray. I feel so much better about starting the first week of the new year, first full week of the new year now, that we've had this opportunity to meet you, to get to know you a little bit, to share your amazing project, to get into some really good thoughts about, I sort of feel like everything you're talking about is especially resonant right now in these times where so much of the world is upside down, and there's so much pressure for people to. I guess there's so much pressure for us to be obeying or listening to these judgments that are being made by folks who are not thinking sort of either outside of the box or in broad sweep or of actual human meaningful existence. And so this for me was really an important way to begin the week and to get into what I feel like we really need to be thinking about a lot in 2026. So thank you again. Can everybody please thank Dappled Gray? Woo! Yeah, this has been a blessing, and I hope we can have you back again at some point. Before we close the room, I'd like to just quick share for everybody what we're doing for the rest of this week. Our first week of New Year, New Friends, starting the day with Dappled Gray in Michigan, and glad to be with them in here. Tomorrow we are singing with Andy Taylor Blenish. She is from Massachusetts, and she is has a connection to the Von Trapp family and does a lot of yodeling. And so I think tomorrow might be kind of interesting. We're singing with Eden McAdams Summer on Wednesday, coming in out of Massachusetts, also a Pine Woods related person. Clayla Arrington on Thursday out of Canada. We have Gabriel Moreno on Friday, Big Folk presence in the UK. Will be hosted by his friend Katie Carr, who's sung with us a bunch. And Katie Carr is also hosting Big Steve Fulford, also out of the UK, on Saturday. And on Sunday, we are going to be blessed with the presence of Prahlad Singh Tipania, and he is a friend of Shruthi's. He is also a really enormous folk presence in India, and it's really quite remarkable that we have him joining us in this little space. And please come on that day if you can. Please come all week if you can. We hope to see you all there. One more thank you to Dappled Gray. Thanks for joining us here. And let's say goodbye to everybody out there on the live stream. Thanks, everybody on Facebook and on YouTube. Please join us again tomorrow on the Daily Antidote of Song.